For 103 laps, but when you come to a short track, tempers are always going to flare up, and we had a couple different drivers get a little bit upset on the racetrack tonight. Two of those were the driver of the 18 and the 24. At least the 18 was upset.
Kyle thought he had him clear. Elliott had his nose up in there. They'd had some contact early in the race that Elliott wasn't happy about. And that's what Kyle said in his interview that caused that situation.
But Elliott Sadler didn't do anything wrong with
Nothing at all.
He just exited turn 2. Kyle tried to get in a hole that wasn't there, and he went into the wall.
Kyle Busch was frustrated. He sat in his truck for most of the remainder of the race. Then we heard from him. Let's hear from the other side of the story. Elliott Sadler standing by with Hermie.
Well, Elliott Sadler got back for a top 10, but talk about the contact with you and Kurt Busch on the racetrack from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, early in the race, he really ran me high, ran me into the wall early in the race, and I let him go. That time, I honestly think his spotter just didn't tell him I was on the outside of him, and he came up, and I was there. I didn't even have time to check up or anything, so I think it's between more him and his spotter. He just wrecked himself, and I hate that he thinks it's my fault, and I hate that he came in and wrecked us and drove a good truck, and we had a great chance to win tonight. I just think it's good, hard racing. Track position was worth a lot tonight, and I know he's mad and he's upset, but I wish he'd watch the tape and see what happened. I was on the outside of him, and he and his spotter Eddie need to talk about that as far as letting him know when we were there. But I just hate it for my guys, Joe and these guys building a good truck tonight, and everybody from AMFMenergy.com sit on the pole and lead a lot of laps, and just wasn't meant to be.
The restart seemed to be very important, what line you were getting in, and you had to do business early like you were trying to do on that restart.
Yeah, I think that's why the frustration comes from. We all knew that you had to get to the top, and if you got in front of somebody, it was going to be very hard for them to pass you. And I think early in the race, when I got away from everybody and got away from the 18, we were about 2/10 a lap faster than they were. I think they knew they had to be in front of me to have a chance to beat us tonight. So I just wish he'd watch the tape and understand what happened before he came back and retaliated and hit us the way he did. I hate it for my guys. Never had any problems racing him, and we gave and took a little bit tonight, and he run me high. Then he was trying to run me high again, and I was just there. I just don't think he knew I was there, and kind of wrecked himself. But I hate it for his guys because they got a tour truck, and we do too, and neither one of us had a good night. So it's just Bristol racing, I guess.
That's Elliott Sadler. Rick?
Yeah, thanks, Harvey. Elliott Sadler, Kyle Busch, neither of them involved in our points chase because they're not involved in the Camping World Truck Series. They don't receive points when they run here. These are our Ford point standings. Johnny Sauter out in front of James Busher by 7. Now, problems with Austin Dillon, Timothy Peters towards the end of that race separates those top 4 by 29 points now.
I guarantee Austin Dillon's saying, what the heck has happened? I had the points lead 3 or 4 races ago, and now I'm 29 behind?
Yeah.
How could that be?
Big hit at the end of the race when he ran out of fuel. He ended up finishing 23rd. So that's why he lost all those points there just on that last restart.
Same issues late in the race at Michigan last week. The crash and points just go out the window. But you know the good thing, you lose them quickly, you can get them back.
We saw Johnny Sauter really give up about 60 points over the course of 3 weeks. 3 out of 4 weeks, and here he is back in the point lead again.
Heck, James Busher didn't even race at Phoenix, and now he's all up in the middle of it.
Joey Coulter, the big mover, he moves up 2 spots into the 6th spot. Coming up next here on Speed, it's the Cars Show. Extremely funny. Adam Carolla will take you through that one. Stay with us here on Speed. Elliott Sadler getting into victory lane, talking with Kevin Harvick, congratulating him on the win, he and Delana Harvick. The guy who's on top of the point standings has padded his point lead, and he's standing by with Ray.
Well, they certainly say perseverance is a virtue, and you had it tonight. Congratulations, great run.
Yeah, it's a testament to team effort tonight. You know, I want to thank all of our sponsors, Mud Jugs, Platoons that was on the truck this weekend. Safe Auto, Kurt Breckers, Chevrolet, everybody. That's a pretty phenomenal tire. You can make one pit stop and run the rest of the race. But, you know, I knew in practice today we were good on long runs, and I knew we were lacking a little speed qualifying, so I just knew that if I was patient and could get myself in position, we'd have a shot. But that was a good last restart, and I don't know, we were just missing something. You know, the beginning of the race we were too tight, and then we got it too free there in the middle, and towards the end it really got good. It got comfortable. So. Proud of everybody. It's a team effort. That's how you do it. Keep the point lead and go to Atlanta.
Had the point lead coming in. Johnny Sauter finishes 2nd.
In a Wednesday night race for the Camping World Truck Series, they'll have a weekend off coming up. There'll be night racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway with the French Cup Series, and then off to Atlanta next weekend. RV lifestyle, including RVs, accessories, warranties, insurance, roadside assistance, and more. By Fram. Fram filters help make sure failure isn't a part of your engine's life. Don't fail your engine. Use Fram. And by Just for Men Mustache and Beard. Keep your edge. Night racing at the world's fastest half mile, Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's go down and hear from Todd BODINE.
Great night for the Valvoline Tundra, and Mike Hillman Jr. came on the radio and said, "Look out, boys, we're back." Do you feel that way?
I think so. You know, we struggled a little bit. I mean, we didn't have the best truck. The power steering in the middle of the corners, when you get the most load on the front end, it would just lock up on me. And I had no power steering through the center of both corners, so it was interesting to not have that happen or have that going on. But you know,
it's a lot better to be tough than smart or dumb, right?
Yeah, better to be tough than smart. Yeah, whatever
that saying is.
But you know, Valvoline back on a truck this week. You know, we've had such a good relationship with Valvoline. Great people. So proud of them. And of course, International Trucks and Monaco RV. You know, we've developed a great relationship with them. And you know, this is what our team's about. I've said the last 4 or 5 weeks that you know we've been finished 11th and 12th and 10th and just not what this team's used to doing. And we're used to top fives. We're used to strong runs. And tonight we're back. I mean, a great third place finish. It wasn't the perfect night. We didn't have the perfect truck, but to come out of here third, we can't complain.
3 times in his career he's finished second here. He gives another good finish to the Germain team tonight.
Top 5 finish, finishes third for BODINE. A big night for that team. They almost had the 62 of Brendan Gaughan up there in the top 5 for fuel became the issue. Back to Bristol Motor Speedway. Coming up next, it's the car show with Adam Carolla, Dave Mira, and Matt Farah on rally racing. They'll be having some fun, as well as Adam wreaking havoc in the New York Auto Show. Let's go back down to Ray.
Well, early in the day, there was some concern for James Busher. You weren't feeling well, went to the healthcare center. How about a top 5 after that?
I wasn't going to let me get sick bring down a team. These guys work hard. Everybody on the Sexside crew does a great job. They've been doing a good job all year. You know, the truck was fast in practice and qualified at top 5 and ran at the top 5 all night long. So to come home fourth, kind of bittersweet. I was looking like I was going to restart fourth there when the 23 and the 62 both ran out of gas, and you know, I could restart better on the top. So I was thinking I could get up to second and having a restart on the bottom and try to hold the bottom and not get too loose and not lose any spots was pretty tough. But you know, our truck was good and we were able to do it. So another solid run for us.
They keep knocking off these top 5s, got them right there in this championship hunt.
James Busher with a top 5 finish. Another guy with a top 5 finish, Timothy Peters. And Ray, you've been hustling. You caught up with him?
With Timothy Peters, and if I told you tonight, before this race started, I'll give you a top 5 and you could go home, would you have taken it?
Absolutely. This was probably the hardest top 5 I've ever had, so look forward to carrying this momentum into Atlanta. Pressing hand to his plunger was awesome tonight. You guys do a great job getting us back up ready, and love Bristol, man.
All right, these guys put in a valiant effort. They get a top 5 tonight here at Bristol.
Thanks, Ray. Short track racing at Bristol. It lived up to its hype. I mean, we saw guys they were frustrated. They were waiting for guys in the garage area.
We saw an undercard, and then we saw a main event, and we saw Kevin Harvick win 3 in a row in the series.
And keep Kyle Busch from winning another one here in a row in Bristol. I think he's won 5 straight races here, so pushing into that. But you know what? It was have at it, boys.
Short track racing in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. This is a racetrack where the series was born on back in 1995. They raced here for the first time. Next stop for the trucks, Atlanta.
Yeah, fast. I mean, really, really fast at Atlanta. Mile-and-a-half high bank racetrack.
Very fast racetrack. A frustrated Kyle Busch and elated Kevin Harvick goes to victory lane. 3 in a row in the Truck Series.
Next week, the Camping World Truck Series will kick off Labor Day weekend at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The points race is a hot one, and everybody will be working overtime to gain some ground and bring home that checkered. Who will be leading the charge to the championship? Tune in to find out. Chris DeVota hosts the setup starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by flag-to-flag coverage, only on Speed.